Hey, Susan Wright. I haven't made a video for you in a while, so I thought I would speak very briefly with you about the We Vote with God campaign. Now, if you saw my last video, you know what the We Vote with God campaign is. It's out there on YouTube. You can look it up. If this is the first time you're seeing this or seeing one of my videos, www.wevotewithgod.com. Go check it out. Now, what We Vote with God is a campaign that began as a result of prayer meetings um, for one of the candidates, specifically Rick Perry. Rick Perry's people were meeting in conference calls. People from across the nation were meeting in these conference calls to pray. And we were doing this once, twice a week. We still do this twice a week for a minimum of an hour at a time. And we just pray for this nation and pray for the upcoming election and the way things are going. Um, Out of that prayer time, the idea was born that we needed to get into churches and talk to Christians about the civic process of voting. The actual idea came from our founder, Eric Corcoran. He's our founder, our executive director. He is the one that came up with it, and he built a core team of We Vote with God. Is Eric Corcoran. Pastor Brad Lindsay out of South Carolina is our co-founder and co-executive director. Um, we have Jacob Moreno, Ed Willing, Miranda Ashley, and myself. I'm the director of women's outreach with the campaign. And in the coming months, ladies, I will be speaking more with you in more videos and other such things. But what we see is this nation has drifted away from what our founders intended. You know, the nation was built on a certain set of values and Judeo-Christian principles that was meant to be it was meant to be a virtuous nation. And I'm not saying we haven't had missteps. I know somewhere there's somebody who's going to bring up 1,001 wrongs that have happened through history. And you know what? I recognize every one of them. But I also recognize anytime you have a group of imperfect people, it's not going to be a perfect situation. But I would add, our God is perfect. And so that's what we're leaning to. And that's what our founders intended. Um, but we see that there's a need. With the last two elections, barely half, a little over half, maybe somewhere in that area, of those who identify as evangelicals showed up to vote. Now, why was that? Was it because they didn't feel their vote mattered? Um, I've had, ladies tell me that, well, my husband votes for me. No, no, sister, no. Your husband votes for your husband. You vote for you. Okay? And again, in coming months, we'll be talking about that. I'll be making some videos specifically for my sisters out there. We're seeing things that have gone wrong with religious liberty in this country. Uh, we've got our current president is trying to force these co-ed bathrooms and shower rooms. And, I don't have any kids in school. But if I did, I would be enraged. I don't think is a strong enough term, but I would be upset, many levels of upset. And you got to think 20 years ago, 10 years ago, we wouldn't think something like that would be, that would be unheard of. Somebody brought it up, you'd have thought they were crazy, but here it is. Here it is. We're seeing this steady erosion of our values and our principles. Um, you have to think, are the people we're voting into office, are they representing our values? That's a question Christians need to ask themselves. And there's another thing. If you're a Christian, you're going to the polls and you're not voting your values, you're not vetting the candidates to find out what they stand for. And you don't care if they stand for the same principles that you go into church on Sunday and oh glory, glory, whenever the pastor says something, but then you go in that voting booth on election day and you vote against your values. Yeah, that's another issue. And that's an issue for another video. But this video, what I want to express today is that the 6 people that are working the core leadership of We Vote God, and we do have others, that are helping out from different states. We know that an undertaking like this, going into every church in America and expressing just how important it is that Christians get involved, get to the polls, let your voice be heard. We're a huge force in this country. We could change the landscape as we see it now if we would join together and really go and vote our God, vote our values and our principles at the polls. But until that happens, we're going to need people on the ground. We need volunteers in different states. What I'm asking you today, if you're hearing this message, if you're moved by this in any way, go to the website. Again, it's www.wevotewithgod.com. Look around, find out what we're about, and then register there. Contact us, reach out to us, and let us know you're willing to help, whatever it is. No matter how small your contribution, it will be appreciated. Whatever you can do, whether it's calling churches in your area, promoting us on social media, whatever it is you can do, whatever talents you have that you can lend to the effort, that will be a blessing. That will be a blessing for this campaign. We're also on Twitter at We Vote With God. You can find us on Facebook, We Vote With God campaign. But like I said, we're looking for people on the soldier. We're looking for people of faith, willing to give time and effort to this cause, who feel that we need to turn back. And for those who are already doing it, who have started, sister pages on Facebook to the main Facebook page, people like Corrine and Mary, and who all you are, the ones who have stepped out to do these things. Thank you all. Like I said, please go and check out the website. Check us out on Twitter. Check us out on Facebook, and reach out. We can turn the tide. We can stop this before it gets wrong. We won't save this nation or these people in total. We know that. But we can have an effect, and it can be a positive effect. If there comes a time you're praying in your churches for this nation, praying in your prayer closet at home for this nation is awesome. And you should always do that. I always do that day and night. But at some point you put feet on your faith and you step out. You step out and you do the work. And I thank you. I thank you if you're listening to this. I thank you if you're going and you're checking us out, anywhere out there now. And whatever you can do, I look forward to working with you. Thank you. Have a great day. God bless you.